The afternoon stretched into evening slow. The cafe empty, just the music and the glow. A guitar strums soft across the room, and brush on snare filled up the gentle gloom. I order one more cup and stayed a while. The kind of afternoon that makes you smile, not for any reason you can say, just the music and the fading of the day. Acoustic and the brush, a cafe sound, the kind of thing that turns your world around. Unhurried, warm, a little worn with time. Everything I needed in the melody and rhyme. The barista wiped the counter clean and slow. Outside the street lights caught their early glow. Inside the guitar found another phrase, and I got lost inside the amber haze. There's no agenda in an afternoon like this, no destination and no things to miss, just the conversation between strings and brush, a patient kind of music, never in a rush. Acoustic in the brush, a cafe sound, the kind of thing that turns your world around. Unhurried, warm, a little worn with time. Everything I needed in the melody and rhyme. Some of the best hours have no names, no appointments and no bigger aims, just a table and a cup and a song and the feeling of belonging along. I finally rose and buttoned up to leave. The music followed, caught inside my sleeve. I carried it back through the evening street. The acoustic and the brush, the soft repeat. The strings still hum from the last song played. A half-filled glass on the table stays. I lean back slow in the amber light and let the evening settle into night. No phone, no noise, just the quiet talk of a city breathing on its midnight walk. The guitar knows things I've never said, a language made of feeling, not of dread. Soft and slow like the last song of the night. Nothing heavy, nothing wrong, just right. Fingertips on the strings, a gentle sound. This is where I always come unwound. A familiar chord rings through the room like a friend who came too soon, or maybe right on time, the way things are when you're reading by the light of a distant star. I close my eyes and let the melody lead past every thought and every restless need. The night is long and I finally still, a quiet kind of joy. I can almost feel soft and slow, like the last song of the night. Nothing heavy, nothing wrong, just right. Fingertips on strings, a gentle sound. This is where I always come unwound. There's a peace in the simple things, a wooden neck, a note that rings, no destination, no regret, just a song I haven't finished yet. The candle bends but doesn't break. The music gives more than I can take. I breathe it out, I breathe it in. And the night begins to end where dreams begin. The night is nearly done, but I'm not ready. The roads play soft, the acoustics slow and steady. I've been here for hours in this chair, and the music has been kind enough to stay. The glass is empty and the candle low. The city outside is nowhere left to go, and I have found the thing I didn't seek, a quiet that will carry me through the week. Rhodes and guitar at the end of the night, the last song playing in the fading light. Nothing left to want and nothing left to say, just this music holding on before the day. I think of all the nights that came before, the ones that mattered and the ones that wore me down until I found this kind of peace. A simple room where everything can cease. The acoustic strums a chord I've always known, the sound that makes the quietest feel at home. The road answers back in its familiar tone, and together they remind me I'm not alone. Rhodes and guitar at the end of the night, the last song playing in the fading light. Nothing left to want and nothing left to say, just this music holding on before the day. Every night must have its final song, the one that gently tells you to move on, not with sadness, but with gratitude for the music and the evening's quiet mood. The birds will come with morning, not far behind, but right now it is only this, and I don't mind. The roads, the guitar, the finger bass below, the last song playing, letting the night go. Just a hi-hat and the bass to start. The simplest rhythm in the simplest heart. Nothing added, nothing taken away. The groove is everything I need to say. The tick becomes a clock, becomes a pulse, a living thing that gently reassures. I follow it down into the night and find a place that finally feels right. Keep it minimal, keep it true. Hi-hat, bass, and a chord or two. The less there is, the more I feel. Everything simple, everything real. The road slips in so gentle from the side, like someone opening a door too wide to let the warmth come spilling in the room, chasing out the last remaining gloom. I didn't need the noise, I thought I did. All the layers I was hiding under hid. Strip it back and this is what remains. The hi-hat and the bass and letting go of pain. Keep it minimal, keep it true. Hi-hat, bass, and a chord or two. The less there is, the more I feel. Everything simple, everything real. A tick, a thump, a note held long. That's the structure of the perfect song. No production, no unnecessary shine. Just the groove, and where it takes my mind. The night reduces everything to this. A pulse, a chord, a quiet kind of bliss. I didn't come here looking for a thing, but the minimum gave me everything. Brushes sweep the snare into the night. The Rhodes comes in at just the softest light. A jazz cafe inside my living room. The record player filling up the gloom. I know this feeling from 100 nights. The way the music slowly sets things right. No drama in the chord, no weight to bear. Just the brush, the keys, and the open air. Sweep it soft, let the rose decide where the melody wants to go tonight. No destination marked upon the map. Just the brush and the keys in the gap. The walking bass arrives beneath the song, as if it always knew it would be long. The three of them move easy in the room, a trio playing out the gentle gloom. There are places I would rather be than most, but this room late at night tops every coast. The music knows exactly what I need before I even knew I had the need. Sweep it soft, let the roads decide where the melody wants to go tonight. No destination marked upon the map. Just the brush jazz cafe needs nothing but a chair, a cup, a song, and someone sitting there. The rest is just the world outside the door, and the music is enough, no need for more. The hour turns and I don't check the time. The brush still sweeping out its easy rhyme. The road still voicing something I can't name. And I am glad I stayed and glad I came. The guitar strums and the hi-hat ticks, an easy combination, no complicated tricks. Light enough to float above the night, heavy enough to make the evening right. I've been moving all day without a stop, and now the music helps me let it drop. The tick reminds me time is passing kind, and the strum reminds me to unwind my mind. Light and easy, hi-hat and the strings, the simplest combination of the things that make a night feel like it has a soul. The guitar and the tick that makes me whole. The finger bass arrives to hold the low. The Rhodes fills in the space above the flow, and all at once the room has found its voice. A quiet, unassuming kind of noise. I used to need a reason for the night, a plan, a purpose, somewhere to be right. But now I know the evening needs just this, a guitar and a tick and midnight bliss. Light and easy, hi-hat and the strings, the simplest combination of the things that make a night feel like it has a soul. The guitar and the tick that makes me whole. Not everything is heavy, not everything is deep. Some of the best music is the kind that helps you sleep into something soft and undemanding, free. Just the acoustic and the hi-hat in me. The night is almost over, but I'm fine. I've had exactly what I needed, mine. A little tick, a little strum, a sigh. The lightest kind of music saying goodbye. Midnight light through the window glass, ice in my glass. I let the hours pass. No rush, no noise, just the city hum, the quiet kind of peace I've finally become. Oh, record spin, the needle finds its groove. Something in the air, I don't need to move. These walls know my name, they hold my size. A soft familiar feeling underneath the skies. Just let it go, let the night unfold, warm and slow, like stories never told. Nothing to fix, nowhere to be, just the music and the dark and me. Pour another glass, the candle burns low. Jazz on the wind, a saxophone below. This is the hour, the world falls still, and I belong to nothing, nothing but this feel. The night crept in without a sound. I didn't notice till I looked around. The lamp was low, the street was still, and something warm began to fill. These moments come without a warning sign. A glass of something soft, a slow design. The bass finds root, the Rhodes finds chord, and suddenly I need nothing more. Fading slow, let the feeling grow. Somewhere between the fast and the slow. Rhodes and bass, the oldest kind of grace. A quiet warmth that fills the empty space. I've been running all week without rest. Tonight I finally lay it down. The music does the thing I can't request. It turns the noise into a gentle sound. The fingers find the groove without a thought. The way a river finds the sea. No map was needed, no direction sought. Just the current pulling quietly. Fading slow, let the feeling grow. Somewhere between the fast and the slow. Rhodes and bass, the oldest kind of grace. A quiet warmth that fills the empty space. Sometimes the best things have no start. They simply rise like warmth inside your chest. No signal, no alarm, no racing heart. Just the music doing what it does best. The city sleeps beyond the window pane, and I am somewhere past the need to explain. The road still plays, the bass still moves along, and I am disappearing into song. brushes on the snare, a whisper beat, the kind of rhythm that just moves your feet. No hurry in the pattern, no rush in the time, just a drummer in the dark and a late night rhyme. The club is closing but the music stays, lingering on like the end of better days. I sit by the bar and I let it go. There's nowhere better than this afterglow. Let the brushes roll, let the hi-hat speak. This is the sound at the end of the week. Soft and steady, no need to rush. Everything I need inside the brush. The bartender nods, the last lights dim, the saxophone trails off to the rim of something beautiful I can't quite name, but I keep coming back to feel the same. A cigarette smoke kind of melody curling through the room so easily. I tap my glass along the steady beat, and the night becomes a place I wanna keep. Let the brushes roll, let the hi-hat speak. This is the sound at the end of the week. Soft and steady, no need to rush. Everything I need inside the brush. Some nights don't need a spotlight, just a drummer in the room, a moment soft enough to hold before the morning comes too soon. I button up my coat and face the door. The part of me will always want more. One last look at the stage, now dark and bare. The music's still alive somewhere in the air. The bass pops once and that is all it takes. A single note and something in me wakes. Not urgent, not demanding, just a call. The gentlest invitation of them all. I set my glass down, lean into the sound. The kind of groove that keeps your feet on ground. The slap returns and brings the roads along, and quietly the room becomes a song. Let the bass pop soft, let the groove take hold. Nothing too bright, nothing too bold. Just that pocket where the music lives, the place that only late night playing gives. There's a patience in a bass line played this way. No hurry for the melody to say. It's peace, it's truth, it waits behind the groove, and every waiting is a kind of move. The night has settled into something deep, the kind of late that tilts the world towards sleep. But the bass keeps talking low and satisfied, and I'm not ready yet to step outside. Let the bass pop soft, let the groove take take hold. Nothing too bright, nothing too bold. Just that pocket where the music lives, the place that only late night playing gives. A slap, a pop, a breath between the notes, the unsung space where all the meaning floats. The silence is as much a part as sound. That's where the real groove can be found. The candle's down to nothing but a glow. The bass still finds its rhythm, soft and slow. I pour the last of what was in the glass and let the groove carry me home at last. Rain on the glass, a soft percussion sound. I pour my drink and let my thoughts unwind. The night has weight, but it carries me well into a place where I have nothing left to tell. Shadows on the ceiling shift and sway. I've been here before at the end of the day. No words needed, just the low-end hum. A gentle reminder that the best is yet to come. Stay a while, let the bassline breathe. Feel the warmth that only midnight brings. Nowhere to go and nothing to prove. Just me and the music, lost inside the groove. The candle burns low, the record plays on. 1,000 quiet thoughts before the dawn. I trace the rim of glass with my fingertip and let the night pour slowly, sip by sip. The clock reads late, but time has lost its face. I'm somewhere between a memory and a place. This room is small, but tonight it holds the world. Every feeling soft, every moment gently curled. Stay a while, let the bassline breathe. Feel the warmth that only midnight brings. Nowhere to go and nothing to prove. Just me and the music, lost inside the groove. Maybe this is all I ever needed. A quiet room, a glass of song. No answer sought, nothing left unheeded. Just the feeling I belong. The hour turns slow, the world outside sleeps. These quiet moments are the ones that I keep. A sip, a sigh, the candle burns out. This is what living easy is all about. vintage keys in the corner of the night. A Wurlitzer Glow in the low lamplight. The chord lands soft like a hand on the shoulder. Every year the music gets a little older. I found this record in a box somewhere. The cover worn, the vinyl bare. But when the needle drops it fills the room with something I forgot I used to know. Old keys, warm sound, the past comes through. Everything familiar, everything new. Electric piano singing low and late. I could stay inside this feeling till it's way past 8. The chord progression moves in circles wide, like the feeling of the turning tide. I don't need words to know what this means, just the Wurlitzer and all the things between. A second drink, the ice is melted down. The music is the only thing around. I lean into the chord like it's a place to rest, and for a moment I forget the rest. Old keys, warm sound, the past comes through. Everything familiar, everything new. Electric piano singing low and late. I could stay inside this feeling till it's way past 8. There's a warmth in vintage things and worn out keys and worn out strings. A patina that only time can make. A gentleness that nothing else can fake. The record ends, the needle lifts and hums. A silence full of all the music was. I set it down and pour one final glass for the nights like this that go too fast. The bass walks slow beneath the yellow light. The roads hum soft at the edge of night. No rush, no noise, just the two of them, beginning something neither needs to end. I pour my glass and settle in my chair. The music fills the corners of the air. This is the hour the city holds its breath, a quiet space between the life and rest. Walk it slow, let the roads ring true. Nothing asked for, nothing left to do. The bass and keys and conversation low, a midnight language only night can know. The candle casts a long and easy shadow. The music moves like wind across a meadow. I close my eyes and follow where it leads, past every noise, past every want and need. The ice is melted, hours have slipped away. I've forgotten what I meant to say. But in this room with the bass and the keys, I found the only thing I need is this. Walk it slow, let the roads ring true. Nothing asked for, nothing left to do. The bass and keys and conversation low. A midnight language only night can know. There are nights that ask for nothing, just a low note in a chord, a conversation without words, a feeling, not a thought. The record ends, but I don't move a thing. I sit and let the silence softly ring. The bass has walked me somewhere I belong, a place inside the quiet of the song. Wurlitzer plays a dusty chord that carries me through the haze. The finger bass moves underneath so slow. There's nowhere left to go, and I don't wanna go. The world has given up on being awake, and I'm still here for the music's sake. The Wurlitzer knows how to hold the hour between the tired and the almost dawn power. Dusty keys and the bass below. 3 in the morning and the music knows everything I cannot put in words. The Wurlitzer says what cannot be heard. I've made my peace with all the things undone, the list, the calls, the race I didn't run. All of it dissolves inside this chord. A Wurlitzer note, my one reward. The warmth of old electronics in the room, the tone that turns the silence into bloom. The finger bass provides the heartbeat slow, and I am grateful for the afterglow. Dusty keys and the bass below. 3 in the morning and the music knows everything I cannot put in words. The Wurlitzer says what cannot be heard. There is a beauty in the hours past midnight that daylight never gets to see. A stillness that belongs to no one except the music and to me. The Wurlitzer will play until the birds replace the silence with their morning words. But until then I sit inside the sound. 3 in the morning, lost and finally found.
A wooden sound against the quiet night. The slap comes in and everything feels right. No electric hum, no studio sheen, just the realest kind of sound I've ever seen. I used to play for hours in a room like this, before the world got loud and hard to miss. The strings still know the way back home, that groove that makes you feel less alone. Acoustic and the bass together now, sound makes the spinning world stop going round. The slap lands soft against the deeper note, like punctuation in a handwritten quote. The guitar answers back without a word, the most honest conversation I have heard. Two instruments and everything I need, a simple groove, no complexity, no creed. The night outside is doing what it does, and in here I am doing what I was. Acoustic and the bass together now. I don't know the reason, don't know how, but something in the pocket of that sound makes the spinning world stop going round. Strip it down to wood and wire, that is all the song requires. The rest is just arrangement, just design. The real thing is the groove, the real thing is mine. I play the final bar and let it ring, an honest, ordinary kind of thing. The slap, the strum, the silence that comes after, a small and private kind of quiet laughter. Wurlitzer loops the same 4 bars again, a phrase so simple it becomes a friend. I've heard it now 100 times or more, and every time it opens up a door. There's something in the repetition here, a comfort I don't often feel this clear. The note comes back, reliable and true, the way a good thing always finds its way to you. Loop it round, let it come again. The Wurlitzer knows better than my pen. Simple phrase, I find the quiet center of my days. The bass comes in beneath and holds it down, the steady hand to keep the phrase around. Together they become a kind of room, familiar, warm, with just enough of chasing complicated things, forgetting what a simple pattern brings. The loop returns and with it comes the peace, a place inside the music, a release. Loop it round, let it come again. The Wurlitzer knows better than my pen. In the turning of that simple phrase, I find the quiet center of my days. Not every song needs somewhere new to go. Sometimes the beauty is the steady flow, the phrase returning like the tide at shore, always the same and always something more.
night has deepened past the hour of care. The Wurlitzer still turning in the air. I let the loop become my resting place and disappear inside its dusty grace. The finger bass finds the first low note. The Rhodes follows like a thought you almost forgot. No rush to get anywhere tonight, just the music and the low lamplight. I've poured the last of what was in the bottle. The ice is gone, the hour passed full throttle. But the music slows the whole thing down to something quiet in a quiet town. Finger and keys, the gentlest start. The kind of music that undoes the heart. Nothing sharp, nothing out of place, just the warmth of sound filling the space. The groove arrives and settles like a cat on the corner of the room, just like that. Familiar and unhurried, just at ease, doing exactly what it wants to please. I lean back further, let my shoulders drop. There's nothing left that needs to stop. The bass finds root, the Rhodes finds rest, and I have given up on all the rest. Finger and keys, the gentlest start. The kind of music that endows the heart. Nothing sharp, nothing out of place, just the warmth of sound filling the space. Not every night ends with a feeling. Sometimes it just slowly dissolves into something warm and without meaning. And that is how the best night resolves. The hour is late and I am grateful still for the music that bends the night until it becomes the softest kind of thing. A finger bass note and a Rhodes still ringing. One note at a time, the story starts. No hurry in the hands, no rush in the heart. The guitar speaks the way the quiet does, with patience and with space, and just because the night outside has given up its noise, and in its place a more considered voice, a wooden string against the open air, a single note that says I know you're there. One note at a time, one breath, one space. The acoustic finds a slow and careful place. No need to fill the silence, let it stay. The music lives in what you choose not to play. time. The finger bass arrives to hold the low, and something whole begins to softly grow. I think about the hands that make this sound, the way a note can travel and be found by someone sitting somewhere in the dark, who needed something soft to hit the mark. One note at a time, one breath, one space. The acoustic finds the slow and careful place. No need to fill the silence, let it stay. The music lives in what you choose not to play. The spaces between notes are not empty. They are full of something without name. A rest is not an absence but a presence, and the silence and the sound are just the same. The last note rings and I don't want it gone, but every song must know when to move on. I hold my breath and let the note decay, and in the fading something wants to stay. The road comes in and finds the room again. The brushes follow like a soft refrain. Nothing asked and nothing left to prove, just the piano and the drumming groove. The night has given everything it had, the good parts and the quiet and the sad, and now it settles into something true. The rose, the brush, and nothing left to do. Let the piano lead, let the brushes sweep. This is the sound that carries you to sleep. Not with urgency, not with any weight, just the roads and drums at 7:45. The finger bass arrives to hold things down, the warmest kind of anchor in the sound. The three of them have found their easy place, the conversation full of light and space. I've been here before at the end of the night, when the music gets it perfectly right. Not too much and never too little, just the warmth of sound settled in the middle. Let the piano lead, let the brushes sweep. This is the sound that carries you to sleep. Not with urgency, not with any weight, just the roads and drums at 7:45. Every good night has a moment like this, when you realize exactly what bliss feels like without needing to explain. Just the music and the dark and the rain. The acoustic slips in soft behind the keys, as natural as a late night evening breeze. And all at once the room is full and whole, a quiet kind of music for the soul.